This is Channel 25 WVTT Olean. Now, from the Twin Tiers' biggest broadcast news operation, this is the 6 o'clock report with Jeff Andrulonis and Alexa Olson. Listen on News Radio 96.7 WVTT or watch on News Channel 25 WVTT television. WVTT proudly presents the 6 o'clock report.
Good evening, I'm Alexa Olson. Jeff Andrulonis is off tonight. Topping the 6 o'clock report, the special prosecutor in the Trayvon Martin case released a lot of evidence yesterday. George Zimmerman is charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of Martin, an unarmed 17-year-old. Zimmerman, a neighborhood watch volunteer at the time, says he acted in self-defense. The newly released evidence includes details of federal interviews with more than 30 people. They include key members of the Sanford Police Department and Zimmerman's neighbors and co-workers. Ed Payne reports.
For the first time, we're seeing images of the hoodie Trayvon Martin wore the night he was shot in the chest. George Zimmerman was characterized by the Sanford Police Department's lead investigator as overzealous with a little hero complex, but not a racist. The FBI says the investigator told them he believed that Zimmerman's actions were not based on Martin's skin color, rather based on his attire, the total circumstances of the encounter, and the previous burglary suspects in the community. The attorney for Martin's family responded to the question of racism and the hoodie.
None of that matters to why this armed watchman with a 9mm gun got out of his car and chased an unarmed teenager and shot him in the heart. The fact that I wear a hoodie doesn't justify you killing me. That's like a woman wearing a skirt and you say that justifies rape. That's not allowed in America. We have freedom of expression.
The newly released evidence also includes conversations between 911 dispatchers and Sanford police.
For a black male, late teens, wearing a dark gray hoodie and sweatpants, walking around, last seen running towards the back of the complex, screaming in a gunshot unit spotting.
I need somebody, ASAP. I've got one down with a gunshot wound, and I've got one secured.
I'm Ed Payne reporting.
There was a big drug bust in Cattaraugus County on Wednesday. The Southern Tier Regional Drug Task Force, along with the DEA Buffalo and the New York State Police, arrested 24-year-old Donald Johnston in Ishua. Johnson was charged with unlawful manufacture of methamphetamine in the third degree, which is a Class D felony. Members of the task force and the DEA seized laboratory equipment and other items used to produce methamphetamine. Police officials have been conducting a lengthy investigation on Johnson, and he could face more arrests and charges, which could include federal charges after the investigation is completed. 25-year-old Stephen Shippa will be sentenced next month. He entered a no-contest plea on a charge of corruption of minors on allegations he had inappropriate contact with a female student when he was employed at Bradford Area High School. Yesterday, for the first time this year, the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation elevated the fire risk. It is very, very hot and dry in the area, and actually in western New York and parts of the Southern Tier, we are currently experiencing a drought. WVTT's Ashley Masala reports.
The Department of Environmental Conservation has recently raised the fire risk from moderate to high, warning campers at campgrounds like Riverhurst Park to take caution when having campfires at their campsites. People camping in the New York area this weekend may not be roasting hot dogs or marshmallows due to the fire risk, but park owner and maintainer Carrie Griswood said she doesn't think she would lose business at Riverhurst Campground if a fire ban was to be put into effect. She said her campers follow the regulations placed by the Department of Environmental Conservation to prevent any fires from getting out of control. Riverhurst lies under a blanket of trees, and Griswood said if a fire were to occur, she could potentially lose the entire camp, which has been in Olean for 30 years. From WVTT News Channel 25, I'm Ashley Masala.
Well, WVTT would love to welcome our newest member to our Channel 25 news team, Derek Smith. It's so great to have you on board.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Feel very welcome here.
We actually sent Derek on his first ever package last night. How'd it go, Derek?
It went really well. I had a chance to meet with the Olean baseball team and kind of introduce myself, and they also told me a little bit what this meet and greet means to them.
Olean's Little League baseball squad were beyond emotional yesterday while they had the chance to meet their very own Olean Oilers collegiate baseball team at War Veterans Park. The Oilers got the opportunity to give back to their community by signing autographs and taking pictures with their fans in this year's meet and greet. Players from the group were energetic as well, sharing with me and WVTT their thoughts about the excitement surrounding their baseball team.
It's a cool experience. I come all the way from the state of Washington, so I'm not really used to being in such a small town and where baseball is such a big deal, you know. And some little college team from where I'm from wouldn't mean anything, but here, you know, you get all the support from all the fans and the kids, and it's a cool experience.
Coach Bobby Bell, who expresses amazement about his second-place team, shares his insight involving his team's success as well.
Anything to help Olean, and this definitely is a staple of what I think could be something to stay in Olean for a long time. To have these guys at such a high level of play right here in town is cool, and then to get to meet them in person so that next time, I mean, maybe our next home game, they'll come to the game and they'll be like, oh, you know, I saw that guy the other day, we met him, so that's, I mean, it's definitely cool for the kids.
Brian O'Connell, Olean Oilers owner, delivers his thoughts on what this meet and greet means to him.
Yeah, every kid's dream is to make it to the major leagues. Certainly that was my dream. Just to see the excitement in the kids' eyes says it all.
The Oilers trail the first place 4-0 Dodgers by just 2 games and like the position that they're in, chasing the first place team rather than being chased. From WVTT's News Center, I'm Derek Smith.
Thursday was the deadliest day in Syria since the uprising against the government began 16 months ago. That, according to the local coordination committees. They report as many as 287 civilians were killed across Syria. Most were killed in what the opposition says was a ferocious military assault on the village of Tremseh. There have been other reports of mass killings in Syria, such as the assault on the city of Homs, seen in this video, which left more than 80 dead. Stay tuned for more of the 6 o'clock report coming up next. Keep it here, Twin Tiers.